sort of. Maybe. I make no promises. Today's going to be super fun. I think Carrie said she's coming. She's probably coming a little bit later, but a lot of legs today. Actually, I think I named it like full body frenzy. I can't pick a muscle group. Every time I do, we end up doing something else, and then I'm like, whoops. So today is like kind of everything. We have the bands, we have the weights, the blocks. Feel free to grab one of these just because we're on our hips for a part of it, and I found that it kind of hurt my hip a little bit just because the floor is so soft and cushiony. Other than that, everybody at home, if you need blocks or a band or weights, you don't necessarily need it at all. They're just for that extra tension so you feel the muscles a little bit more with the engagement. If something hurts or if something's difficult to do, please do not do it. Push yourself, but in a healthy way. Take those modifications or breaks throughout the class. Push back that child's pose, push back forward fold. Take any break or different modification that you need. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started in that seated position. Start your watches if you haven't already. I'm going to start by interlacing the fingers in front of us, leaning forward. Bring that chest down to your ribs, tuck the chin. Feeling that stretch, feel free to rock side to side if that feels good to you. One more deep breath in, and we're going to lift all the way up, press the palms to the ceiling. Feel the length from the crown of your head reaching all the way up, sitting as tall as you can, straight spine. Exhale, go ahead and unhook those hands. We're going to bring our right hand overhead, left hand to the ground. Feel free to adjust here. Our chest is going to be lifted up to the ceiling. And as you get comfortable in this stretch, feel free to lower all the way down onto that forearm, just to feel that length through the right side body, keeping both seat bones pressed into the floor. Another deep breath in. Really reach through those fingertips, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, we're going to close the chest to the floor. Just add a little bit more extension, stretching through the right side of our body. Feel that stretch slowly move into the shoulders. Trying to lower your chest a little bit closer to the floor. Hold here for another deep breath in. Exhale, we'll windmill to the other side. Right palm pressed into the floor, left palm reaches overhead, chest lifts to ceiling. Slowly sinking further down into the stretch, length through the left side body. Exhale, we're going to close that chest to the floor. Again, both seat bones are going to be touching the floor. Just taking those deep breaths. Find that rhythm. One more deep breath in. We're going to reach all the way back to center, both hands in front. Lifting up, find that length. We'll just roll our wrists down. All the way to the floor, and transitioning to that tabletop position. Slowly sink yourself back, find that child's pose, knees wide on the mat. Just stretch those hips. We'll meet here for a little bit of a breathing exercise before we begin today's class. Bring awareness to all four corners of your body. Try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feeling those forearms pressed into the mat. Slowly allow yourself to sink further and further into the floor. Finding that rhythm in your breath, you might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Take that brain scan, paying attention to what your muscles are feeling. What are they telling you? Using that as we progress in today's class. We'll take one more deep breath in. Exhale, let's lift up. Find that tabletop position, neutral spine, shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms, hips stacked over knees. Let's take one deep belly breath, sink the chest to the floor. Lift the nose to the ceiling, expanding through the lungs. Exhale, squeeze the core, lift up through the navel, ribs, meet hips. Continue with this breath at a rhythm and a pace that feels comfortable for you, activating the muscles, trying to stretch a little bit deeper, squeeze the core a little bit more every time. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Really expand through the lungs. Exhale, squeeze the core, curl the toes underneath. We're going to shift our weight back into those hips, lifting them high to the ceiling, finding that downward dog, pedaling out those feet, gently waking up the backs of our legs. Staying strong through the back and the shoulders, keeping yourself upright. If this position hurts your wrists, try to walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands, bridge that gap. Changing your center of gravity. Feel free to use the blocks as well or lower down onto your forearms. Another deep breath in. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands, finding that forward fold. Feel free to interlace both elbows, rock side to side. Just let your spine lengthen, feeling a nice stretch through the legs. One more deep breath in. We're going to lift up, rounding through the back, finding length through the fingertips. Reach. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do a couple more of this flow. Deep breath in, reach up. This time we're going to bend the left knee, step back with the right, slowly lean to the left. Inhale, coming back up to center, stepping back with the left leg, bending the right knee. Little bend. One deep breath in. Coming back up to center. Exhale, folding over those knees. We'll do this again one more time. Deep breath in, lifting all the way up. Go ahead and step back with that right knee, bend the left. Slight bend, feel that stretch. Try not to sink yourself forward. You want to lift your chest up to the ceiling so you feel that stretch to the right side body. Coming back to center, we'll bend that right knee and step back with the left. Staying strong through all four corners of the right foot. Coming back up, finding center. We're going to step to the outside of our mat so our feet are hip distance apart. Sink those hips back, coming all the way into the squat. Legs are strong in the quads, pressing up through all four corners of our feet. And the glutes, lower, and lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Just keep those legs strong, generating a little bit of heat, warming up the body. Core stays strong. Last one, we're going to lower, but we're going to hold here. Alternate, heel lift, pulse, lower, alternate, pulse, lower. You can keep the hands up and overhead, or you can send those hands back as you lift your heel up off the ground. Activating the back, incorporating the shoulders a little bit more. A little bit of a shake through those calves, a little bit of a burn through those quads. Couple more. Deep breaths. Keep it even on both sides. Last one, each side. Let's come all the way up and reach. Exhale back into those normal squats. Lower. Exhale, press up, mountain. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up, mountain. Really engaging the legs. Squeeze through the core. Warming up those arms. Last one, we're going to lower and let's pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach up. One last big stretch. Find that length as tall as you can. And folding over those legs, forward fold. Deep breath. Feel free to join me in this next little flow. We're going to alternate. Go ahead and bend that right knee. Lift the left arm. Reach through the fingertips. Stretch. And lower. Doing the same thing for the other side. And switch. Really find that length. Trying to expand a little bit further. Last one, each side. See if you can reach a little bit farther back. Exhale, bring those hands back down to the mat. Just let yourself have the chance to breathe. Taking a breath. Press both palms into the mat. We're going to step back with our feet, finding that high plank, cores engaged. Shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms. Slight bend in those elbows. We'll take a deep breath, send those hips back, bend those knees, and press back to that high plank. Slow and in control here. Just give the shoulders an opportunity to warm up as well. Being gentle to the wrists and the heels of our palm. Doing one more, sending our hips back, really squeeze through the quads, press back through the shoulders. Finding that high plank, gently let those knees fall to the ground, uncurl those toes. Elbows are tucked tight to the sides, slowly lower onto your belly, and pressing up, upward facing dog. Feel free to bring this to a Sphinx pose if this feels better to you. Option to work your way all the way up. Feel free to look over each shoulder. A little bit more of a stretch. And slowly lower down. Pressing those palms under your shoulders. Gently lift yourself up. Squeeze through the core. Curl those toes. And sending your hips back. Ribs slowly press into the tops of your thighs, gently getting more weight into those heels. One more deep breath in. We're going to start with the left leg here for our next little leg flow. Go ahead and pick your left leg up, lifting it to the ceiling. Deep breath in. A little bit of a core flow, bringing that knee to your left elbow. Send it back. Knee to right elbow. Send it back. Our knee is going to come directly to the middle of our chest, and we're going to tap each elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kicking that leg all the way back. Bend that knee. Tilt those hips to the left. Core stays strong. Shoulders are parallel to the floor beneath you. Gently bring that knee higher into the air. Squeeze that heel closer to the glutes. One more deep breath in this stretch. Exhale, go ahead and bring that knee to chest and step between left and right hand. Option to grab your weights here if you'd like for our next little leg segment. Completely up to you. We're going to lift all the way up. Core stays strong. Taking a deep breath. Exhale. We're going to press those hands up. And lower into that lunge. Coming all the way back up, straighten that back leg. Press up and lift. Use that breath, keeping it slow and in control. We want to squeeze the front quad. Knee stays stacked over the heels while still pressing through the shoulder. Strong arms. Couple more. Last one. Press. This time we're going to lift, but we're going to send those hips over the front leg. Extend the arms back. Step that right foot forward and back. But we're going to bring our arms up as well. Activate those shoulders. Step forward and back. Full body movement. Take breaks when you need. Use that breath. Couple more here. Two more. Last one. Go ahead and bring those hands to prayer. Press both your fists together if you have those weights. We're going to send that back leg up to that warrior three and lower into that lunge. Sending it up, warrior three, and lower into the lunge. Working on that balance, squeeze through the glutes, press up through the quads. Only have 3 more of this. Take those breaths, use that break. Last one. Lowering one more time. Find that lunge. We're going to pulse for 8 and then we have a break. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up, set those weights to the side if you need it. Just gonna bring those fingertips to our temples and alternate those marches. Give those legs a break, stretch out through those hips. Deep breaths. Use that core though. One more each side. Go ahead and reach up, length through the fingertips, and dive over those knees, forward fold. One more deep breath. We're going to step back with that right foot, find that lunge, lower all the way down onto that back knee. Just hold here, find a nice stretch through that left leg. Find that breath. Feel free to walk that foot heel toe to the right side of your mat and gently fold over your leg, coming into that pigeon pose. Again, another stretch for those hips. A little bit of a break. As you slowly adjust to the stretch here, go ahead, fall a little bit further over. The more stretch that you want in those hips, bring your leg closer to a 90-degree angle. Don't let your hips shift side to side. You want to keep them parallel to the floor below you and the wall in front of you. Another deep breath. Exhale, curl those toes underneath of you, press up, and step back with that left leg, coming all the way into that downward dog. Pedaling out those feet. Another deep breath before we repeat the same thing for the other side. When you're ready, go ahead and kick up that right leg now, coming into that 3-legged dog. Hold here. One deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to bring that knee to our right elbow. Kick back. Knee to left elbow. Kick back. Knee to the center of our chest, and we'll tap each elbow 6 times. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kicking all the way back. Feel free to bend that knee, tilt those hips to the right, give yourself a nice stretch. Heel comes a little bit closer to the glutes, knee lifts a little bit higher to the ceiling, shoulders stay parallel to the floor. One more deep breath. Exhale, let's bring that knee to the center of our chest, step between both left and right palm. Finding that lunge, knees directly over that ankle. Feel free to grab those weights. Try to keep it the same weight that you used on the first side, just to keep it even. When you're ready, let's come all the way up. Deep breaths here. Those arms are going to lift all the way up. Press and lower into that lunge. And come to standing. Extend that back leg. Press up and extend. We're squeezing through the quads, pushing through the glutes. Five more. You got it. Last one. This time we're going to lower. Press up, kick those arms back. Step that left foot forward. Bring those arms up into that Y, step left foot back. Lower, left foot comes forward. Only a couple more of these ones. I know they're a burner. Deep breaths. Quad stays strong. Keep that quality here. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms back into that prayer. Remember, we're lunging, and we're going to lift up into that warrior 3. Keep the balance, slow and in control. Lunge and lift. Not too many of these ones. You got it. We're almost done with the legs. Might have one side that's more balanced than the other. That's okay. 2 more. Last one. Lower down into that lunge. We're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift. Go ahead and set those weights to the side. Fingertips to temples and march it out. Core stays strong. Focus on that balance. Find your breath. Two more. One on each side. Go ahead and lift up. Reach. Forward fold over those legs. Length through the spine. Deep breath. Find that length. Go ahead and step back with the left leg. Into that low lunge. Holding here. Feel free to take that deep breath. Just relax. Option to walk that foot all the way to the left side of the mat. And slowly lower into that pigeon pose. Again, you should be feeling this in the outside of your hip. Stretch even further. Try to get that leg closer to a 90-degree angle. Hips should be facing the floor, parallel to the wall in front of you. Don't want to rock side to side. Just breathe. As you slowly start to adjust to this stretch, you can opt to go all the way down to your forearms. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead and shift onto that right glute. If you have a band, go ahead and grab it. Just remember, you don't necessarily need a band if you're at home. It just adds that extra tension. You're going to wrap it around your legs just above your knees. Emphasize just above your knees because these bands do like to roll up. Very sorry that if it does, it bothers me too if it makes you feel better. Then we're gonna meet on our right side, coming into those like clamshell sort of exercises. We've done them before, but it's okay if you don't remember. All we're gonna do, place that hand on your hip, or if you're at home and you have a weight, you can place it on your knee. But we're just placing that hand on our hip. Lift the top leg and lower. Activating the outer glute, slow and in control, time over tension. Taking those deep breaths. We do have a big hip and glute circuit today. Just remember to take your modifications, take your breaks, do what you need to be comfortable. Add a little bit of a shake at the top. Get those muscles working. We'll do one more. Holding at the top, let's pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. Extend that top leg out all the way. Bring it forward and bend. Extend out, flex the foot. Bring it forward, point the toes. Extend, bend. Couple more. 3, 2, and 1. Send that leg all the way back. We're going to squeeze the back so our heel is coming almost to our glutes. Activate the hamstrings and kick forward. Bend the knee and kick forward. You can keep the foot flexed the whole time if you want to feel a little bit more tension through those hamstrings. But honestly, just do whatever is comfortable for you. If you have a little bit of trouble balancing here, like you're shaking side to side, feel free to place that hand in front of you. We have one more. Just bend that knee to the back and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Squeeze the hamstring. 2, and 1. We're going to bring that foot all the way forward and kick back. All the way forward in front, point the toes. Flex the foot, kick back. Almost done with the hips on this side, guys. I know it's a burner, but you got it. For 3, and 2. Last one, let's kick it in front. We're gonna pulse up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send both feet back. We're gonna lift all the way up onto our side. Keep those knees bent. And reach over through the right hand. Give those hips a little bit of a stretch. Deep breaths. Guys, I'm sweating. I didn't think I turned up the heat, but whew. Exhale. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side. If you found that hurt your hips, go ahead and grab a little hip pad. If not, you're a champion. So that definitely did hurt. We're gonna come over on our forearms, rest on that side glute. Again, either hand on the hip or hand over the knee with that weight. We're just gonna lift up. Activating the outer glute. Squeeze the hips. You got it. Almost done. 2 more. Last one. We'll pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg stays lifted. We're going to extend that top leg out and bend forward. Extend and bend. Feel free to point those toes on that bend or do whatever feels comfortable for you. We don't have too many of this one. Couple more. Last one. We're going to bend that leg all the way back, activate the hamstrings, flex that foot, and bring it forward. Flex, forward. Squeeze through the hamstrings. Sometimes it helps to feel the muscle activate, so if you don't feel the hamstrings working, You can always grab the back of your leg for 2. Last one. We're going to swing that foot all the way forward and send it back. Swing forward, flex the foot, and send it back. Activating through the core here. Almost done. For 3, 2. Last one. Keeping it in front. We're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that foot, send the legs back. We're going to go ahead and lift up. Feel that stretch through the left side body. Option to take the band off your legs too, if that started to feel uncomfortable at all. And just stretch. Deep breaths, feel that rhythm. When you're ready, we're going to meet in that tabletop position. We're going to place the bands around our arms, over the center of our forearms if you can. If not, don't worry, it just adds a little bit of tension when you try to press out. We're going to send our knees a little bit further back than our hips. Plant those hands directly in front of you like a tabletop. Press down and send yourself back into that child's pose. Coming back, modified push-up, and lift up, press back. Using those arms, full body, almost done. Couple more. Pressing through the biceps and chest. One more. And we're lifting all the way up. Feel free to walk those hands back. Option to grab the weights here. We're going to lift. If you need the knee pad, feel free to place it under you right now. We're going to extend those arms out. Manual extension, lift, bicep curl. We're pressing into that band, though, to activate the shoulders a little bit more. This is difficult, don't worry. We don't have too many of them. Really making sure you feel it in the hips and the knees as you extend. Getting that stretch. 2 more. Last one. Bicep curl. Keep those elbows bent, and we're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Lower those arms, extend all the way out, lean back. We're going to pulse again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now that the shoulders are burning, feel free to drop the weights. Drop the band as well. We're going to interlace our hands in front of us and press up. Find that little stretch. Exhale, we'll switch sides. Interlace and press up. Try not to shrug your shoulders. You want to keep those shoulder blades back and down. Only lift up through the elbows. Exhale, send those hands back. We're going to interlace them in front of, behind us. Slowly lean forward as if we're coming into that child's pose. Deep breath, stretch out those shoulders. Take a little break here. Go ahead and unhook those hands. We're going to bring them out in front of us and walk all the way to the left, just to feel a little bit of a stretch to the right side body here. When you're ready, we'll walk all the way to the right. Feel a stretch to that left side body. Slowly try to sink your left shoulder a little bit further to the ground. Might try to walk your fingertips a little bit further to the right. Taking another deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to walk back to center. Slowly shift onto sitting on our glutes. Last major push of class. If you have a lighter weight, feel free to have those handy. You can use them for the core segment. All we're gonna do is slowly roll down. Find that reverse tabletop position, bring those knees up. Fingertips are gonna come to our temples or the back of our head, and we're just gonna do slow crunches up. Lift through that core, try to feel each row of your abdominals activate. You can even do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and lower. Just use your breath. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze the core, lift. You have the option to keep it like this, or you can add a leg drop, alternating, so extending that leg out as you lift up and lower, bring back to reverse tabletop. Lift, extending the other leg, lower, reverse tabletop. Squeeze in the core, finding your breath. Almost done here. Core should be shaking a little bit, so if it is, that's okay. Last little push. Find that reverse tabletop. Grab those knees and just rock side to side. Hug it out. I'm going to set that right leg down, plant on the bottom of the foot. We're going to grab onto the back of your left leg and gently pull yourself up. Lowering back down, slow and in control, then gently pull yourself back up. Almost done. Option to do this without the arm as well if you'd like to increase the intensity. Lift up and lower. Last one, we're going to lift up, keep that front leg slightly bent, overlap your hands over top of each other. We're going to twist and come back. Extend and come back. Activate through the core. Almost done here. If you want to increase the intensity, you can twist all the way. Completely up to you. Last two. And one. We're twisting. Bend that leg, set it all the way down. We're just going to finish with a few Russian twists. Full each side, left and right. Squeeze the core, slow and in control, lifting up through the chest. Finding that breath. Almost done. Last one each side. Come back to center and slowly lower all the way back down. Hug those knees. We're just going to do the same thing but for the other side now. So go ahead and drop both legs on the ground. We're going to grab the back of our right leg and gently roll up. Lower, slow and in control, and lift. Right side may feel a little bit more difficult. That's just because your core's been worked. It's okay. Might honestly be a good thing. Just breathe. Activating the core. If you want to increase that intensity, you can do it without the arms grabbing the back of the leg, lifting up and lower. Lift and lower. Couple more. And last one. Slight bend in that right leg. We're going to overlap our hands again, twist, and crunch. Feel free to twist all the way if you want to add that extra intensity. Activating the full core. We're almost done here, guys. We have one exercise left, I think. Deep breaths. Last one. We're going to set that foot down, wrench and twist both sides. Full squeeze of the core. Deep breaths. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Extend both legs out in front of you and just reach forward. A little bit of a break through the core. Another deep breath in. Go ahead and send those legs behind you. And we're just going to lift the hips up. Feel a nice stretch. Reverse plank. More deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower back down onto the glutes. We're going to gently roll all the way onto our backs. Both legs come up, reverse tabletop. Last little segment, guys. Lifting those arms up and overhead. Squeeze the core. We're going to extend one leg out. Bring back together. Extend the other leg. Bring back together. Take those deep breaths. Use that core. Final burner. If you want to be really hardcore with it, you can extend one, extend the other, and then extend both. Completely up to you, wherever your skill level is at. Only a couple more. Last one. You're going to hate me for this right now, but you'll love me later. We're going to prop up onto our forearms, extend those legs out, and just scissor up and down. Activate the lower core. You got it. The last little push, guys, I promise. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Bring both those legs down. Put them together in front of you, coming into that butterfly stretch. Reach forward and press. Just deep breaths. Feel that stretch through your hips. Little break through the abs. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let's lower all the way back down. Promise no more core. We're going to lift that right leg up. Hook it over top of the left knee. Feel free to stay here, or you can grab onto the back of that leg. Gently rocking side to side if that feels comfortable. When you're ready, gently let those hips fall to the left. Send those arms to either side of your body. And a little bit of a twist through the spine. A bit more of a tug in those hips. Coming back up to center, we'll unhook that right leg from the left. Lift the left, hook it over the right. Feel free to stay here or grab onto the back of that leg. And gently rock it out. Feel free to send those hands to either side of your body and just gently let those hips fall to the right. Feel that twist through your spine. Gentle pull for the hips. come back to center, unhook that left leg from the right, bring the soles of our feet together, let the knees drop to either side of your body. One hand over your heart, the other over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today, taking this time to bring awareness to all four corners of your body. Might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat, the rise and fall of your chest as you slowly allow yourself to sink further and further into the floor. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Letting go of any stress or tension built up throughout the day. Bringing awareness and setting intentions for the rest of your day. Feel free to take that full brain scan. Where your muscles tired, where they sore, where they energized, calm, relaxed. Are your muscles and joints feeling the same on both left and right side? Take another deep breath in. That's going to bring us to the end of today's class. Unfortunately, hope you all enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you again for our last class, maybe on Thursday.